Hey, guess what? What?
It is I, Rebex! Hello, what's happening, guys? It's your best girlfriend in the world, Riprex. That's me. Hey, listen, one of the best things I've seen so far at E3 is ArcheAge. My goodness, this game is unbelievable. It's going to be pretty epic when it does come out. Now, it was originally from Korea, XLGames, I believe that's their name. I believe they started with it. Now, Trion is going to be publishing this in North America. So they're bringing ArcheAge over from Korea to North America. It is in the works. Beta signups are below this video in the description. Go ahead and click on the link. You're going to see some beta signups. For me, I'm very excited. The ship combat, the whole pirate system, it's going to be cool. We'll talk about it more in depth here in a minute. Let's watch this trailer. By the way, the music that you are listening to is not the trailer music. It is actual music from a good buddy of mine, Marcus Zur. He's a film, television, video game composer up in Vancouver. This is a new one. Anyways, I just thought it really fit with the whole ArcheAge stuff. Just kind of reminded me of Pirates at Sea, and it seemed to work really well. Okay, so for characters, first one on the list here, Nuia. Next up, we have Elf. Again, each one of these classes are going to have special abilities you can read below. I'm not going to read them for you. Read them yourself. Pretty cool. I might go Elf though. I like they can probably hear pretty good too. They have a swim speed buff. That's epic. I love to swim anyways. Harihara. I'm not even going to try. I'm gonna botch the name, but looks like a cool class. I like the special abilities there. Oh wow, the fur. The furry. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that. It's pretty cool as well. I'm always warm. I could probably live up in the Arctic. I'll never get cold because I have a good fur coat on at all times. This is going to be tough. I don't know what I'm going to go. Possibly Elf, possibly the last one. That's pretty cool. Again, it all depends on the types of buffs that you like, and obviously your character look as well. Pretty cool stuff. This is on the website, guys. This is all coming from ArcheAge, the website. Again, I'll put the links below. A lot of links below here. Very informative video, guys. If you want to progress further in ArcheAge, you want to do some beta signups and get more information, a bunch of links will be below. We're also going to show, actually, you know what? Let's go to that in a second. There's a couple different videos here that we can check out, but we're going to check out some ArcheAge gameplay from E3 from MMORPG.com. This is a video that we got. The full video is going to be a lot better. It's going to be a full length. This is just going to be some clips, some highlights that I like from the ArcheAge gameplay video. If you want to watch the full video from ArcheAge, go ahead and take a look at, again, the links below here in the description of this video, and that will take you right to our special E3 MMORPG.com gameplay press video with some of the people from Trion that really helped us out and showed us some great gameplay of the upcoming ArcheAge. One last thing I will mention before we get to the gameplay video from E3. You can go to jail. If you kill your own faction, you're a jerk. You can go to jail, and guess what happens? Players that you've killed and wronged can put you on trial and essentially put you in a prison. You will actually be in prison for a while. Luckily, you can create up to 4 characters in the game, but you will be in prison for a while. If you're in prison enough times, you'll turn into a pirate, and then no NPCs, no one will talk to you. You will essentially be blacklisted, red-listed from the entire game and server. Now, I guess it is possible to eventually build your way back to being a normal citizen. Anyways, pretty epic stuff. Okay, let's check out the video from E3.
You can build a castle, and all of the land around the castle becomes your land. Anybody who builds there, you get to tax them, and you get to keep all the money. The challenge is that periodically, your land is going to become attackable, and you're going to have to defend it. You can defend it in 2 different ways. You can either have a really awesome force, and so you can repel any attackers, or you can defend it with money. There's an item that goes on the auction house, and whoever wins that bid gets the right to attack your castle. If you win that bid, nobody else can attack it and you're safe. So it all depends on what you want to do. In this area here, we're running around the eastern continent of Harihara. And as you can see, it has a very eastern look and feel. The other continent is the western continent of Nuia, and that actually has a much more medieval kind of look and feel. So you can play whatever region you like better. We are running around here on a Fu Lion mount, which is one of the cooler mounts in the game. There's a few different varieties of it. This one's the white one. And it has some neat little jump animations, as we can have Rich show off, and he's not under a bridge. And the mounts can help you run around the world. They're a lot faster than running around on your own 2 feet. You've also got vehicles that you can use in the game. And then all of the mounts can swim. So they all have their own swim animations, and it's a little bit of fun. In addition to the mounts, we have gliders. And the gliders you saw a little bit earlier flying around. Those are, I call them our flying mounts, and I sort of say mounts in quotes, because they really are like gliders. You take off from a high point, and you slowly are going to descend. There is an ability that you can boost yourself back up again and extend your flight, but you're going to have to end your flight at some point. One of the other neat things about the gliders, this one in particular, it can stealth, and it can shoot arrows out of the front of it. So you can have people coming in stealthing onto your ship or over the walls of your castle on these gliders and shooting you. Now, it doesn't do enough damage to kill a whole bunch of people, but it's a bit of a nasty surprise. So as you're creating the world, you can build a lot of the houses, the ships, the armor, the stuff goes in the houses. You can raise cows, you can raise goats and sheep and goose, and build your tomato plants and strawberries and pine trees and whatever else you want. You can ride around on a cow.
Moo.
All of the stuff in the game that you put into the world, you can create resources. So all of the trees that you build, all of the animals and plants that you put on the world, you turn them into resources, and you take those resources and they're what's used in the crafting. Now, you're rarely going to actually have a ship being built right in your front yard, so you've got to take those resources somewhere else. And players do that in caravans. Usually a bunch of players will get together, because if you're going on the other continent or onto the land of origin, it's PvP and you're going to need a little bit of protection. So players band together in guilds and groups for caravans. As you can see, this is the first version. We are still finishing the English translation, so it's not completely done yet. The caravans also can go on the ocean in the form of ships. We'll have to run back to one of the ships, but you can go ahead and build your own ships. Ships takes a lot of resources to build. You can do it on your own if you want, but you've got to build these resource packs that are super heavy and hard to transport. And you can build all of the packs that you need, line them up on the shore, and go and build your ship, ferrying them out one at a time. However, other people can come and steal your resource packs, so you do want to be a little bit careful about doing it that way. Generally, what we're seeing folks do on the Korean servers is they get a guild together, and everybody comes in with their resource pack so they can guard it and protect it, and they all work together to build the boat. You can have an entire guild get together and build a whole fleet of boats. You can't steal it when it's created, so the person who places the boat, places the schematic for the boat, has to be the one that actually launches the boat. But you can give permissions to everyone in your guild to help out. So they can pile resources onto these boats. So in these little portals up here, you're gonna see cannons come out when they come out, and you can man the cannons. You can climb up to the crow's nest and use the telescope and the bell up there and check everything out. And of course, you're gonna have to defend your ship, because if your captain abandons the helm, someone else can take it over. And there's absolutely no guarantee that that someone else is gonna be on your side. And he can take your ship and happily take it into the middle of an ambush, which is always very fun and exciting. You see our shipyard is not exactly the best placed. We're working on that. So as the ship launches, the cannons will appear. There we go. And also down at the bottom, as you we climb on board through the back here, you'll see some breathing apparatus down here. And that is so that you can actually put that gear on and swim under the water for much longer than you can hold your breath. So one of the interesting tactics that we have seen on the Korean servers is they'll have a small boat, or they'll have a boat with a lot of resources and just a couple of people, and underwater is the rest of the guild, waiting in ambush. It's really kind of cool.
Absolutely. I can't wait. I want to be under there. I want to be part of that guild underneath the water.
If you take the boat out, you can sail it out, and you've got to worry about pirates. So pirates are people who've consistently broken the law. They have killed players of their own faction, they have stolen from players of their own faction, and they've gone to jail too many times, and now nobody wants them anymore. So they get sent to Pirate Island. All the NPCs on the primary 2 continents won't talk to them. In fact, they'll try to kill them if they show up too much. So you have to go on Pirate Island. And Pirate Island is a very small island. It has very limited resources. So the best way for pirates to get resources is to take them from everyone else. And so the whole thing about ArcheAge and what really makes it different and makes it awesome is that interplay between the guys who are making the farms and making the resources, the crafters who are building the ships and the siege engines and the castles and the houses, and the people who are defending them. And if all you want to do is build houses, you can totally do that. And you can level to max level doing it. But if you want to fight and be a PvP fan, totally doable too. In fact, we highly encourage it because it's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Really appreciate it. This looks very exciting. We can't wait. I can't wait to get some get some hands-on keys. I want some beta keys, please.
Yes, you can go sign up for beta right now. And what we'll do is, so once we have the dates for beta and when we're going to be announcing things, we're going to make sure that everyone who attended this week gets that information. And then we're going to start sending out beta keys. My goal is to utilize as much as possible sites like MMORPG to share those keys.